you guys doing? It's Seb here. Welcome back to another episode of PES 2016 Online Divisions. We are following the plan. The plan was to use a team for 3 episodes. Episode 1 and 2 is going to be gameplay, and the third episode is going to be gameplay plus the best formation and tactic for that team. Now this is the final episode using AS Roma. In the next episode I'm going to be using Real Madrid upon a lot of requests regarding we're going to be using Real Madrid for episode 4 and 5 gameplay, and episode 6 I will be uploading the best formation and tactic for Real Madrid. Now as you can see in the background, we are playing against England, and that was the last match that we used AS Roma. Now I think it's time to put out all the guns when it comes to AS Roma's best formation and tactics. So far I've been almost unbeatable. I think I've only lost 1 match. Now mind you guys, I'm in lower divisions. Not that I got relegated or anything. I'm hooked on my club. I don't play online divisions a lot. So when you get to higher divisions, things get higher. From division 5 and onward, things will get really tough. Now the key is, guys, no matter what formation and tactic and tip I'm giving you here, there are certain situations in the game you're gonna have to add your own knowledge to it. For example, in the previous match, especially in this match against England, in the first half, you know, it was 1-1. England was all over me, and for the second half I realized the guy's not through balling. I put my defensive line a little bit high up, pressuring them up front, absorb pressure, intercepting, counter. That's my plan. But the key is, guys, change things accordingly. You know, I mean, I have videos explaining all these tactical links, so if you chillax, watch that video, if you have a basic knowledge about tactics and tips, then whatever tactic I'm giving you, if I give you the best formation for Roma, there are certain things you need to change accordingly if things not going well, etc, etc. Now let's get back into the formation and tactic. Now as you can see, this is the best formation and tactic for Roma. I am using the default Roma's 4-3-3, but turning him into a false 9. Now Francesco Totti in the middle, he is like the dynamo. He's the player who spreads the ball to Iturbe and Gervinho. That's the way it works with AS Roma. When it comes to AS Roma, your major focal of attack is your flanks. However, don't play very predictable. Don't just give the ball to Gervinho unless it's a counter. Otherwise, if you have the ball, you want to start build up slowly, make sure to involve your fullbacks. Fullbacks play a major focal of attacking points, especially if you are using attacking area wide. Now I've been doing very good with attacking area wide, however center is more lethal. If you are playing against an opponent that you can break him down the middle, change it to attacking area wide. Otherwise center has been doing good for me. Okay, let's start with the tactic. Now as you can see, I'm using possession game, short pass, center, possession and maintain formation because I want my players to stay where they are. Support range, I'm using 6. It's more flexible, it's not very narrow, it's not very wide. Numbers in attack many, and our defensive instructions is all out defense, middle, aggressive, defensive line 4, and compact as we are using 7. If I'm playing against someone who are using a diamond formation and spamming 1-2s down the middle and through balls, I will even go higher to compact as 8. If somebody's abusing the flank, keep going to the flank, I'll probably use compact as 5 or 6. But so far 7 is the balance, 6 or 7 has been very balanced. Now we covered our tactic, we covered our player choices. Actually let's put out our player choices. Now I start like this. For second half, Totti 9 goal, Pjanic comes out, Totti becomes attacking midfielder, Checo comes in as a CF, and Salah comes in as an SS. Now Salah is one of the major keys for my success, to be honest. Every time I sub him in minute 70, he scores 2 or 3 goals. If you watched the gameplay previously in episode 2, you will see how effective Salah was. And sometimes I sub in Florenzi. If I want to be more defensive, if I'm winning and want to keep the lead, I put Kieto on and play with 2 defensive midfielders. But take my word, guys, especially in PES 16, there's no security no matter how many goals, by how many goals you win. The best defense is offense in my opinion, especially for PES 16. Now the reason why I'm using Gervinho as an SS, because he's got a dummy runner. Now as you can see, a dummy runner can play CF, SS, AMF, all these areas being ticked. And Iturbe is a prolific winger. Actually, he doesn't have the prolific winger card, so you may want to try him as a SS as well. So far he's been good as a right wing forward. So we start like this. However, I don't use fluid formation. During the match I can switch between my custom tactic and defensive one. Now the custom one, as you can see, is completely different formation. I'm using the standard 4-1-2-3 and shape it like this. However, my tactics are more offensive. As you can see, I'm using flexible and I'm using frontline pressure and aggressive. I will switch to my custom tactic 3 if I can beat an opponent, if things not going well, to be more offensive. However, what I do, I change Totti into attacking midfielder, I put Checo on, and I put Salah on in here. However, I may even make a sub for my centre backs if they are tired. So this is a lineup. If things are not going well, I switch to my custom tactic and I make these 3 subs around minute 60. Otherwise, things are going fine, you know, will be no problem. Now I'm gonna put these players back on so you guys won't get confused. There you go, Pjanic back on. Where is he? Where'd he go? There he is. And if I sometimes, you know, if I'm winning by 4 goals, the opponents keeps tackling me, keep spamming, then I have my defensive tactics. A defensive tactic, as you can see, is defensive by player choices, by player rules, and tactically. And mind you, when I switch to my defensive one, I actually, Totti is going to be AMF, Checo is going to be there, and Salah comes in. However, sometimes I will just leave Salah on the bench and add maybe a Castian, a centre back, or even Keita to be more defensive. It just depends. These are things that you should think about it during the game. Now my tactics for my defensive lockdown formation, which I switch to, is attacking area wide. Because the opponent, if you are winning, you're trying to hold the ball, the opponent is going to be all over you. So the only major point of attack for you should be involve your fullbacks and attack on the flank. Don't even bother going down the middle. Support range is actually 6, and one of the major keys when you switch to your defensive one, make sure numbers in attack is few or maybe medium. Try few. If you feel like the opponent's all over you trying to get a goal back, switch it to medium. Few is good for me. I depend on 3 players to attack. When it comes to your defensive instructions, we are using frontline pressure, conservative defensive line 4, compact 7. As I said, change this accordingly whether the opponent attacks down the flank or down the middle. The higher the compact is, the more compact you get. The lower, the more open you are if people, you know, spamming on the flanks. Numbers in defense is many. Now the key is that you use numbers in defense many and numbers in attack few if you want to switch your defensive one. Now so far that's pretty much about it, guys. In the next episode I'm going to be using Real Madrid in episode 5 and 6, and then episode 7 I'm going to be uploading the best formation tactic for Real Madrid. I have to play it in order to actually give you guys the best formation and tactics. Now mind you, add your own knowledge to it as well, whatever tactic I'm giving you. You can even try this tactic for Barcelona. I think it works pretty well. Or even try it with Real Madrid and change the possession game into counter, if you know what I mean. Try it, give it a try, you won't be disappointed. Hope you guys find the video useful. Show a little support by simply hitting the like button, share, subscribe. I've been Sep. Until next time, ciao for now.